ListenYourWay.com wants to welcome you to our 2011 NFL Draft Party and Spring High School Football Preview. Today we're at the Black Diamond Grill here in Cumming, Georgia. And we want to thank Andy Chevrolet for sponsoring today's event. We'll have some prizes. We'll be giving away some Atlanta Braves tickets courtesy of Andy Chevrolet. Also want to thank your Forsyth County Marathon stations fueling the Forsyth County spirit. And today's program brought to you by Uplifting Downloads. It's a new Christian radio show that we're going to be bringing to Listen Your Way in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. They are a proud sponsor of today's Spring Football Preview. Well, my name is Travis Chafin, and joining me here, our first guest on the program is head coach Sid Maxwell of the Lambert Longhorns. Coach Maxwell, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Travis. Again, thank you for all you do and all the sponsors for promoting football in Forsyth County.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you being here, and you're going to kick off the show with us. It'll be our first guest on the program here today. And what a season you had last year, first year of varsity football.
You know, yes, sir. As seniors that we had, again, that came over with us to have the never play a varsity competition, tremendous leadership, played hard. Played all 48 minutes, and again, sort of set the bar for the others to follow, and that's a great way to start a program.
What kind of numbers did you have? Do you expect to be different from last year?
You know, we have probably from the top to bottom in our program, from 12th to upcoming 9th grade, should have close to about 200 players in the program. So we have similar to about the same number of young men coming back to choose from. We've got, you know, a lot of holes to fill, especially on our defense with some graduation. Right. A few players that were important to us on the offense, but as you build a program, it's the opportunity for the others to step up and try to maintain the level of play the others have set.
How many guys do you have graduating that will be moving on?
Well, you know, right off the top of my head, I know number-wise, we had about 18 seniors that graduated in our program, and a lot of those guys contributed on and off through the 11-game season we had.
This is our spring football preview, so in a few weeks you'll get the guys back in. I guess you'll have your rising freshmen that will do some drills with you too? We will. We will start May 9th. You know, Lambert is doing great in their spring sports. You know, we have lacrosse, soccer, and baseball that will affect football some, which we're pulling for them to go all the way, obviously. You know, I think lacrosse and soccer is through May 14th, so we will miss some of our players during that first week. And I think, as you know, baseball, they keep winning, I think, all the way up to August. I'm not sure how that thing works, but baseball goes a long time. I want to ask you about the schedule a little bit. I know last year you had, with the region, I guess every game was a region game, so every game matters.
Well, you know, you have no off days. You've got to try to bring your A game to every game, and you know, and again, with the competition in the region being as level as it is, you know, you can't afford to slip up.
And I was just kind of taking a look. I think this year the schedule, as far as your long distance road games, I think Cass might be your farthest game that you have on the schedule.
Well, you know, that's the good thing. We have reversed the schedule, so you know, we had a lot of trips last year, which again was for a lot of our guys really the first time of playing outside of Forsyth County.
Right.
So that was always you know, we were a little concerned about, but very fortunate going up Northwest Whitfield the first game, and the ball bouncing our way, and we're able to maintain momentum, and always good things happen when that takes place.
Let's see, the other thing I want to ask you is, just from talking, I know you guys aren't in camp right yet, but kind of what do you think the attitude is with the second season? You know, you had the first varsity season. Just for the guys, what a successful year. You go to the playoffs right out of the gate.
Well, you know, the bar is set, and that's the challenge. I started out in January telling them it's tough to get to the mountain. It's going to be tougher to stay there. So again, last year I think we called some teams early on, really expecting a new program, and the young men as a group last year raised up to a level of expectation that we weren't even sure of. And so the biggest challenge is going to try to maintain that intensity, learn from what we do the second year coming in varsity season, and probably the biggest challenge is realizing the most important thing for success is playing for each other, not for your own merits and successes.
And is that kind of your coaching philosophy too, to try to instill that in the guys?
Well, it is. If you have team chemistry, and that's what we try to preach, you know, in football especially, it's 11 working as one. And it's like lightning in a jar. If you have that the teams that in the past that we've had very successful, that really come up and make plays when you have to make plays, are the ones who care more for each other than they do for their own successes.
I want to ask you about the rivalry games, because this region is great in that we get to have so many, you know, good Forsyth County rival matchups. And what did the guys kind of on the team? Was that something fun for them? Or?
Well, you know, again, being so new, good or bad, you know, sometimes I've had teams in the past that would get so hyped up when they played a certain team, but where we had zero experience, I think it was pretty easy to keep them on an even keel for most part, except probably the South game, because that's exactly the new law of the young men and have been playing against them for, you know, or playing with each other for many years.
Right.
And not against them, obviously. And so I think that was, there was a different look in their eyes that week. But for most part, I think it was the knowing what to expect and they just went out and played.
I want to kind of get into the X's and O's a little bit for the people watching at home. I know that you kind of last year kind of played out of the wing tee a little bit, but you like to kind of build your offense around the talent that you have. What can we expect this year?
Well, we know again we try to be very fast-paced. We're more of a like anything else. I don't think anybody anymore is either a certain offense or a certain defense. I think offensively we, you know, basically whatever we do well, we can spread the game and be a no-huddle attack type of team. That's what we've tried to do. If we have the option possibilities, we run that. Then we also run our base power plays out of the wing tee. So we're really a multiple of a variety of offenses, basically geared toward whatever the strength of our team is, and whoever we're playing that week, based on what they're trying to do to take away.
Right. And what about on the defensive side of the ball?
You know, again, you know, my philosophy is simple: is try to get them before they get started. And last year, both Coach Daniels on my offense and Coach Mazingo defensively did a great job in preparation. And on defense, our main focus again was, you know, gang tackling, try to take away the extra yards after contact, and any opportunity we had to get to football. And turnover always is the key. Our best defense is one watching our offense play.
The other thing I want to ask you about, Coach, is in your locker room, you're going to be losing some guys. You have other guys that step up. Who are you looking for from a leadership point of view that you really need to step up this year?
You know, again, as you mold your team, you're not really sure who's going to really come out of the top. But I sort of center everything with my team concept on all my juniors. You know, and again, we sort of, I don't care how many plays you played last year. It's a new year. We like that little, you know, we just erase everything and say, hey, in January, we're building. This is your role. Your job as a senior is to make sure we all put in a full day and do all you can to take the what-ifs out of your program. And that goes from academics to athletics, and control what you can control. And you're the guys that we can be a coach-led team or a player-led team. Well, if we're going to be successful, it's got to be a player-led team. And so we put that obligation and leadership on our seniors.
And I want to ask you about this. Do we have a spring game that we can look forward to?
We do. We're going to be playing May 21st. We sort of do we call it a summer roundup.
Right.
We do. And again, we have a lot of types of events. We will have our middle schools playing in the morning. We have our Glory Bowl where we have our old timers come out and play.
Right.
And that was really fun to watch. And you know, again, I hope they come back this year. I know they were sore, I'm sure, Sunday and Monday. And no one got hurt, so hopefully it was a lot of fun and they had a lot of enthusiasm. And then we finish up with our JV, and we do our varsity game right after that. The Friday night we play Powder Puff, so we try to break it in, and we play our freshmen on Friday night in between that. So everybody gets a chance for a weekend of football, and we have a lot of activities around the community and trying to put the Longhorn brand in around our school.
Is it also a good opportunity for the Touchdown Club to kind of kick off the fundraising season?
Well, you know, I think, you know, unfortunately, I think my job is always fundraising. It seems like with, you know, all your tax dollars zero goes to athletics. And I think a lot of people, are learning that and knowing that, especially when they get up to the high school level.
Right.
And so we have to do a lot to be able to maintain the level. That again, our main concern is, well, mine always is we got to make sure that when those guys graduate as seniors, their main concern is they're glad they played with you, and they don't look around and see what someone else has or what someone else is doing and say, hey, I wish I was there. So if they're glad and they're happy when they're senior, we've done our job as a coaching staff, as a booster club, to provide them with the facilities they need that are comparable to the area, the teams they go and see. And so when they walk in their stadium, they can look up and say, we've got that. That looks like ours, not go in and and say, gosh, I wish we had that. So it's always a challenge to raise the money, and that's something. I've got a great group with my president, Darren Deck, and a great board, and we've had a great community support this year to get things done, and sort of catching on the vision it takes to be a high-level program.
All right, well, Coach, I appreciate you being here, and we're looking forward to another exciting season of Lambert football. It's off to a great start, and always a lot of fun to cover you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. This is Sid Maxwell, head coach of the Lambert Longhorns.